We're taking a closer look at how leaders in Prince George's County are working to make the area healthier. Some leaders say the county has too many liquor and tobacco stores, and now they plan to study the impact of those businesses. Joining us this morning to talk more about it is Council Vice Chair Krystal Oriadha. Thanks so much for being with us. Good morning.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah. Let's start with how we got here in the first place. What kind of prompted this study?
We have really seen an oversaturation of tobacco stores, liquor stores, and even carryouts in certain communities, especially in my district inside of the Beltway. And the community has said, what can we do about this? And part of the issue is that we have to fix zoning. We have to have teeth in our health impact studies that say, wait, we have too many of these. This is actually hurting the community.
Right.
And then we also have to say, for all the businesses that exist, you are part of some of the issues we see in our community when it comes to diabetes and obesity. And you should be paying into the health department, paying towards the solution. And so this study is going to help us do all of that.
Yeah, and I mean, some people have said multiple liquor stores in one shopping center.
Exactly.
So that's kind of what you're looking to change. Talk a little bit about timeline of this and what do you want to do with the results once you have them?
So we're asking them to finish this health atlas by next year.
Okay.
And the goal is to do a few things. One, have recommendation around zoning changes that are needed to protect certain communities that we know are targeted for some of these industries in oversaturation. Also look at what are the factors we should be deciding when we're allowing new permits? Because that's one of the real issues. We have the use that's permitted by right. And so when they go to get a permit, there's nothing stopping them. There's no test to say, actually, we have too many of these facilities. Let's limit it to a certain number. And what should that number be? Hopefully this study can tell us that. And then lastly, we want them to recommend a fee, an annual fee that can go to the health department for certain industries that really cause issues in our community to give us the resources. We know what's happening on the federal level. Yeah. We are losing resources, and we have to start to build resources right here in Prince George's County.
Yeah. What has the feedback been from residents so far since you guys announced this?
Excited that we're finally doing something. A lot of residents said they wish this had happened years ago before we saw all of the oversaturation of tobacco stores. There's one place in my community where there are 4 next door to each other, right? But they're thankful that we're moving in this direction, hopeful that this will finally lead to some relief. So the community is overwhelmingly behind it.
I want to ask you too, I mean, what kind of potential changes could we see when it comes to the zoning legislation? Like you said, it's by right now. Would you like to see public hearings be in place before someone can pop up with another store like this? What can people expect to see?
I think that's a great idea. I think thinking about limitations by mile radius. So for example, if there already is a convenience store that sells a percentage of tobacco products, that within another 2 to 3 mile radius, another one can't open. Asking for hearings for certain industries that cause health risks to make sure the community has the opportunity to weigh in. Checks and balances in the permitting process for harmful industries, I think, will be a huge solution, because a lot of people don't know it's coming until it opens up.
Yeah.
Even us as council members, a lot of times people think we know when someone applies for a permit, but we don't. We're completely out of that process, and our hope is that we'll be brought back in.
Yeah. Is there a certain cap, a number that you have in mind, or that other leaders have in mind as where to cap it at, or is that? Yeah,
I mean, each industry is different. For me, for example, tobacco stores, I feel like 1 in a 5 mile radius is more than enough. I think I'd really like to see us not open any more traditional liquor stores in my district. I think we have more than enough. I'd like to see grocery stores get beer and wine licenses so we can attract them into our community. I think that we don't need to have convenience stores, carryouts on every single corner. We need sit-down restaurants. So I don't know if it's necessarily a math per community, but I do think it's an input from every resident to make sure that this is what they want to see.
Yeah, and ultimately, we've got about 30 seconds left, but ultimately, what is the goal here for residents in the county?
The goal is to actually move us into a direction of quality development. If you have a community that's oversaturation of liquor stores and tobacco stores, it is hard to get restaurants and the types of development we want in the community. So the goal is to change that and make sure the community is a part of the conversation.
Okay, and again, we can expect the results of this study, you said
next year.
Okay, Councilmember, thank you so much. We appreciate your time on this Sunday.
Thank you for having me.
Good to see you.